Hi, friends of Spark. I'm Elena. This is Nina and Kelsey. We're all interns at Spark. Really excited to be working on the Scattering CJ project. And last week, we were all having a conversation about the importance of really being honest about things related to mental health, things related to suicide and depression, and we decided to sort of take the initiative in the spirit of the Scattering CJ documentary, which is all about that. And we all just want to have a conversation to show you. Nina, I know you had a lot of things to say last week, and if you...
I think what's super important about Scattering CJ is the fact that it is a conversation piece. It's a film that generates dialogue rather than just observation, and I think that's super important in this subject matter because depression is very isolating and it leaves people closed off, but this is something that won't make people feel so lonely because they can understand, they can connect with the stories, and I think that Scattering CJ is going to be that door to open into discussion, which is essential.
Yeah, I think like everybody has a different experience with mental illness, but the thing about Scattering CJ is it gives us an opportunity to see into one particular instance of the effects of mental illness where we can still I think connect with a lot of the more general aspects of it, even though we're being told a very unique and individual story. And so I think it's really important to tell that story so that we can all sort of band together as we figure out how to deal with what we're going through.
I know like last week we were all sort of talking about personal stories and things that had sort of we had encountered with friends, with family. I know like I've had a couple of friends who've suffered from depression. There's not really a culture where you really feel like you can come out with these things. I know at school, at college, like it's not really something that we're invited to talk about. I was wondering if you also find that within the communities that you're in.
Yeah, I know from just people I've known, there's a lot of hesitation and doubt with depression. People don't consider it an actual illness. They think it's just a phase. And I think we need more conversations like Scattering CJ.
Yeah, I think that as we're all college students and like our colleges, I know my college does provide services, but it's important for us as friends to be watching, for signs and to be aware of signs in our friends so that we can sort of take the initiative when they don't have the strength to.
Yeah, and I think part of the problem is that it's just not really something that is a common point of discussion, and so you never really think to ask, like, hey, are you okay? Especially when you're bombarded with so many other things on a day-to-day basis, especially in a college situation.
Yeah, a friend of mine recently opened up and said that this was a problem, that she had struggled with depression, and looking back I realized that, wow, like all of the signs were there and I completely missed it. And it's kind of a sobering reality when you realize that.
Yeah. 100%. Even in like a school of thousands of people, you can feel so alone and so lonely.
That's why we need to have these conversations. I think that's why more people need to come forward with these kinds of stories, because if not, one person who is brave enough to say, hey, I'm struggling, becomes the figurehead for something that really affects a lot more of us than we think. So I think that that's a really important thing to emphasize, and something, I don't know, I think we're all really excited about with the Scattering CJ project. Thank you guys so much for watching. We only have a few more days on our Indiegogo campaign, so please support us. We're so excited to be making the film, and thank you for watching.